I had to grow from,
Right.
you know.
You do
And
something and you learn your lesson
that
from
was
it.
something
And
I had to learn and grow from. And
I've been there,
yeah,
brother. You put your hands on a woman once and you never do it
I
again. It happens.
never wanted it to get to that point. I got punched in the face, and then it's all on. Yeah, but I had to grow from that, and I have the utmost respect for women. You know what I'm saying? And I don't with that hit girls.
at
It's
all.
not right.
You just gotta learn from Hov, man.
Yeah.
I always say God gives you two examples. He showed us Ray Rice in the elevator, and he showed us Hov in the elevator. Which one you want to be?
Which one you want to be, dog? Whole shoulder was so
Yeah. Better shoulder roll than Mayweather. Like, now you said you kicked the pill habit cold turkey.
Yeah. I mean,
Which is a difficult thing to do.
I've quit a lot of things in my life. At some point, I've quit everything in my life. I mean, I started smoking when I was mad young. I've been smoking for like over half my life. But I always have been, you know, in that way where I can stop if I want to. If I need to, I can stop. Sometimes it might be hard, you know what I'm saying? And then I might be trying to get back to something, but I can stop if I need to, you know? I think it's just that we coming up like right now, honestly, my biggest influence for a lot of things I've done, you know, maybe on the drug side is like my environment, you know? And we coming up right now, especially the shorties under me. That's why I be trying to tell them. I be trying to tell my little guys, like, fall back on the Xans. You know what I'm saying?
We live in the era of the fiends.
Please fall back on the Xans, because we coming up in an environment right now when everything is like celebrated. You know what I'm saying? Everything is celebrated. I remember it used to be, oh, you do drugs? Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like,
We celebrated the hustlers, not a fiend.
right. We was like,
yeah.
don't do that. Don't do them, you know? And these days it's
Sell
like
crack, don't smoke it.
Right.
For real.
You know what I mean?
True.
No. Now it's like, you know, these Xans, like, people don't realize that it's like there's really an opioid epidemic in America right now. I mean, Prince just overdosed on an opioid. You know what I'm saying? And that's the same thing that, like, it's not the same drug, but it's the same family of drugs that Xanax are. And these little is just like falling asleep in the middle of the party off the Xanax, and then in a rage because they don't know what's going on. And nah, man, that's not fresh.
What had you depressed? Like, what causes a young man to be depressed? Like, especially you got good things going on, you're getting show money. Like,
Yeah. Honestly, bro, I think it's something I started dealing with early. Like, I started dealing with before I got into rap, or really into rap. You know, first time I really remember that type of sensation was around, you know, when I was like 16, 15 years old. And I think what people don't understand a lot of time about like things like depression and anxiety is that they think it just means that, like, you're sad or you're nervous.
You're just
you know what I'm
extremely
saying?
sad about something,
Like,
but it's way
right,
deeper.
but really though, it's like a brain chemistry thing, and a lot of times it runs in the family, you know, and it's just
It's a real mental illness.
People got mental things going on, and a lot of people don't want to talk about it because they think it's weak, and they think going to the doctor for it is weak, or they're crazy, or people call them crazy. But I mean, at the end of the day, like, there's so many nuances and different ways that everybody's brains work, and people just have to, you know, be realistic with themselves about where they at with it and where they want to go. So being real with myself about, you know, how I might have been feeling about it made me able to take steps to make things better. You know what I'm saying? But I think right now it's like a lot of people are going through things. That's why I named this EP. There's a lot going on, you know, because it's like a lot of my guys, they see me and they see my spot. They're like, man, you living a life, because like we still right here selling packs every day just trying to pay the rent. And now I'm upset.
Give him a job, Vic.
You know?
Give him a job.
You know, it's crazy, bro. My to turn on you like this, bro. It's like,
Yeah.
to turn on you like that. And that's one thing that's been, you know, I always been the type of person that I got love for my. I always have had their back. I'm not that dude that doesn't answer the phone when they know that if they need to get into something, like call me. Don't even call my manager because I'm more likely to just like get up and come get you, come take care of you. But just moving forward, I've been seeing things get to a point where it's like I know that I can't be so all inclusive because people get too close to something that they want more so for themselves than to be a part of it, and it could get dangerous.
And it's
for
not
you.
a matter of just let me give you a job. It's you need to come to
Right,
me
you
and
gotta-
say, this is how I
this
can
what
be
I bring to the
beneficial to
table.
you.
Right.
Do you need somebody to do this for you? I'm able to do this. I can do your merchant. I can help with this. Just let me know. I want to work. It's not just you my homie. I'm gonna give you a job.
Right.
Are you happy now?
I'm happy right now. I'm super happy. I just came out with this music.
Right.
I'm just really excited about everything that I've been writing, everything we just released. Got a bunch more dope music that, I didn't put on here.
You know what I wanted to ask you? You've been really successful even before, joining RocNation and even before working with Kanye. Do you feel like that really just elevated you to a whole nother level as far as people listening to your music and all of that? Or do you feel like you could have been just as successful without those cosigns?
I think that everything that I've done up to this point has been done for a reason. And I wanted to connect with RocNation because when we were trying to figure out where we was gonna go, I'm seeing Hov and Kanye, and I'm like, these are I want to be like. These are that I wanted to be like since I was a kid. You know what I'm saying?
I was gonna ask you that because you really rep Rockefeller. You got the Rockefeller tattoo.
Shout out
you,
Duce.
You rapping Duce. You talking about Ty on the album.
That's
like,
my guy, man. I
Yeah.
mean, I was listening to the Blueprint when I was, 11 years old, just in my headphones. Like, I grew up studying that music, and
You think your era even understands the significance of Rockefeller? Like for me, I see Rockefeller, that means something to me.
Right.
Like, you think your era understands that?
they do. They definitely do. I mean, that's one rock. That's one of the strongest things you could say. You know what I'm saying? That's one of the strongest things on this earth is a rock. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's muscle right there. They know that.
Did you get a chain? Khaled got a chain. I ain't never see you get a chain, Vic.
I'm not a chain dude. Yeah, I'm not a chain. I have this thing that I just like. I'm not wearing diamonds. I don't wear diamonds. You know what I'm saying? It's too much blood behind a lot of diamonds, and it's not my flow. I'll let these go crazy with it. They can keep looking the same.
But I'm sure a lot of other people were approaching you, trying to sign you too at the same.
Yeah, we had some other things going on, but at the end of the day, I just wanted to align myself next to the best people that I thought were the most creative and just saw eye to eye with me. It wasn't the money and the legality of a lot of things wasn't my biggest priority. My biggest priority was making sure that I went somewhere that I was with people who I could connect with and understand, and we could like vibe on the same wavelength.
Now, you from Chicago, South Side.
Yeah.
A lot of people will say, Vic, you standing up against the police. You saying F the police. Why not stand up against the violence in the city? Why not say F the gangs in the city? Like what would you say to those people?
I would say that it's something I actually wanted to talk about, because that's black on black crime. You know what I'm saying? That's what you're talking about. In my mind, black on black crime, the entire concept is a farce. It's wrong. It's a lie, because you're not taking into account the factors that create this volatile situation. If you put crabs in a barrel, you're gonna end up pulling guns that look just like you. You know what I'm saying? To quote Hov. And the most violent act of history potentially is the reason why people that look like us exist in America. This nation was built on slavery. This nation was built on violence and was governed with violence and is governed with violence. We had Jim Crow, we had hanging from trees. There was a lynching. There have been lynchings in the last year. That's what they don't talk about, that there have been real lynchings of black people hung, in like small trailer park white communities. They kill us in the street every day. Like, this nation was built on violence. What do you call that? You know what I'm saying? So is that white on black violence, or is that America on black violence? So when you when you take the situations that they've created, and you have black people in small, compressed communities, everybody's poor,
Right.
and obviously they're tight, you know? And how do you think they're getting guns? Black people don't make guns in the hood. Those guns and
Ain't no Uzis being made in Harlem.
no
New Jack
son.
City. What?
Yeah, I know.
Old reference. That's all.
That's a dope movie.
Yeah.
But for real, that's exactly what I'm saying, is that they don't make guns in the hood. Everything's being inserted into the community because they want this situation. And I completely think we got to work on it. We got to get better with it. But I'm not down with them being like, no, look what you're doing to yourself.
killing
like,
each other.
Like, no, you still put this together this way. You made these projects like this.
Because the thing is, you have to really change people's circumstances, I think, of how people are raised, how they're brought up, and the environment that you put them in. And to keep it real, the reason why that is there's violence in communities, and whoever lives there is who you're violent with. All white people live white on white crime. Black people, black on black crime, because that's who we're around all the time in those communities.
I agree with all that, but it comes a point in time we got to stop making excuses for each other. Because when you know better, you got to do better.
It's a whole system that you have to attack.
And if we know the system's already attacking us, don't attack ourselves. We can create our
100%.
own ecosystem.
Right.
100%.
To say, yo, protect your brother, protect your sister. Don't
we
kill
gotta
your brother.
do
Don't
better.
kill
create
your
things for
sister.
kids to do that are positive.
Yeah.
So when they're not in school.
We got to do for the shorties for sure. And we got to do better. I agree with you 100%. I had just wanted to speak on that, but yeah, that's something that comes to mind all the time. It's like stop selling drugs outside the corner store. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna get you. I mean, I just think that the issue is deep rooted, and so that's why I be trying to put what I can in the music to like talk about Laquana, talk about Flint, Michigan, and
Shades of Blue. Dope record, by the way.
Shades of Blue. You rock with that?
Really dope record.
Thank you.
Well, how would you explain the Shades of Blue for somebody who hasn't heard the record? Because if I heard the record, I get what you're saying.
Yeah,
you say everything's blue.
Shades of Blue is a record that I wrote after leaving Flint, Michigan, and witnessing firsthand how, you know, these poor people had their drinking water poisoned with lead, and now it's shorties that's gonna deal with the issues that come with that mentally for the rest of their life, and they don't really know what all the challenges might be. And just being there on that ground floor and seeing that in action, that just it inspired me and made me want to talk about it. You know?
the city knew about it and did nothing about it.
And I'm glad you didn't make a Blue Ivy reference in that record, because I'm like, this guy really loves Rockefeller. He found a way to mention Blue Ivy in this record.
Nah, it ain't going down like that, but shout out though.
Now, shout out to who? She can't even hear you. Shout out to Blue Ivy though. Listen, you asked the question on the Dynasty song. You said, how do we shift the culture? So how do we?
Yeah, we put that real shit out. We put that real shit in the music, man. Like, honestly, it's just, you ain't got too many options if that's what you want to hear and you want to listen to new music. You know what I mean? Like, your options list is not long if you want to listen to rappers right now talking about something that means anything.
Especially mainstream.
Yeah, mainstream, that's what I'm saying.
Kendrick Cole.
Right.
Probably where it stops.
I'm talking about where people can, you know, identify and they don't have to search. You know what I mean? Like, we got to stop putting so much power and value into throwaway. We shift the culture by putting out quality music that can actually change the world. You know what I mean?
Do you ever feel like you got to take little elements of the ratchetness to put in your righteousness? Because I hear you using the auto-tune a little bit. Getting the singing on.
I mean, I'm still from where I'm from, you know what I'm saying? So it's like my whole approach is not I gotta like put a message, and only a message in every song.
You could do a new bay.
Yeah, I rock with the new bay. But just in general, I always have made music just from what I feel. And I happen to be somebody that the things I think about and the things that are important to me aren't just drugs, money, cars, the club, you know, like I don't like the club.
Me neither.
I don't vibe with it. Like I'm more on some like thinking, you know, my mind's always working and I'm just more interested in things that hold weight.
Who gives you more game?